as I said, good news. They are out of Gaza. They are in Egypt.
Yeah.
But what are they having to deal with now?
Okay, first, thank you for inviting me to speak to you tonight and to your viewers. So it was kind of like a moment of elation when they all 16 of them managed to get through the crossing. It was a journey up a hill, and it took them 25 hours to get to Cairo. But they managed to do it. They are now in a safe place in Cairo, but there are lots of challenges still there. The Egyptian authorities didn't give them much time to stay in Egypt. They gave them 72 hours for British passport holders and 4 weeks for Palestinian passport holders of my family. The majority of my family are British passport holders, but my sister-in-laws and my brother-in-law and their kids, so 5 members out of 16, they're Palestinian passport holders. And then we were asked if we are willing to split families, and for the British passport holders, including all the kids, all my nephews, to travel to the UK, and then their fathers to try to bring them via the family reunion kind of like route, which normally takes 3 to 6 months. And that's something that we definitely said that we cannot do, because we cannot really split families at this moment of time.
No, it's understandable. Your 16 family members have been through so much. They've made it this far. Of course, they want to stay together. They're not going to leave children and each other behind. There are visa application centres open and operating in Egypt, in both Cairo and Alexandria. This is UK application centres. So presumably your family are going through that process. What more do you want the UK government to be doing? What more do you want the Egyptian government to be doing? Because, as you said, they've only allowed British citizens up to 72 hours in the country. What happens after that? Have they been told?
They would be overstayers, and that's an illegal kind of like situation, that they're overstaying beyond their visa. So they probably need to pay a fine when they get out, or maybe some future consequences. It would be like a black mark on their record. I mean, that's the least of our worries now. I mean, we're trying to work hard with the Home Office to try to find a way for the Palestinian part of my family, specifically my sister-in-laws and my brother-in-law and their kids, to just...
Sorry to interrupt, but I know we've just got a finite amount of time to speak about this. When you say, you know, you're talking to the Home Office, how are you actually speaking to a person? I'm trying to understand the process that you're going through, because obviously, you know, there's a visa application centre. You know, we know sometimes how these works. Families are asked to present documents they just don't have because, you know, they've come out of Gaza, they've grabbed everything that they can, and it's often not bank statements or ID or whatever. What kind of one-on-one help are your family getting to make sure the 16 can stay together?
We did meet actually border control officers and immigration officers coming from the UK and from the regional centre in Dubai, in Cairo. And for the first time when they met them 3 days ago, it was just very clear that we cannot help you. You have to travel to the UK alone, and then you have to get your spouses via family kind of reunion pathway, which takes months. And then today there might be some change. They told them they might try to do, you know, something that we can get you a visa from here, but we didn't have any more information. I'm definitely trying to help from here, trying to reach the Home Office through my MP, and we're trying to work hard to get to a mechanism when my family all come.
You're working with your local MP, who is Labour's Jess Phillips. Let's be clear about what you want from the UK government. We saw it happen with those fleeing Afghanistan and those fleeing Ukraine, and that was a policy offering refuge to people in the UK. Is that what you want for your family, for those who are not fully British citizens?
We would be very happy if we get just visitor visas here, because we will be able to financially maintain them. We're not really asking for any public funds or anything like that. We're happy with a visitor visa, or even better, if we manage to get a spouse visa application starting, but beyond the rules, so we can get everything later. I mean, with subsequent visas, we're happy to go either way. And if they manage to give us emergency visas, that would be the best. But we were told that our situation is different than other situations, other evacuation, UK evacuation schemes, recent ones like Sudan or Ukraine or Afghanistan. We don't really understand how different and why we're different than these schemes. Yeah.
OK, well, Dr. Ahmad Abou-Foul, we really appreciate you coming on to the UK tonight to update us on your family situation. We will keep in touch with you. I know it's difficult for you personally. You're not actually working at the moment. It's a full-time job trying to help your family who are stuck in Cairo. We'll speak again soon. We have had a statement from the government, this is from a spokesperson, which says the safety of British nationals remains a top priority. We are working at pace to support British families who have crossed the border into Egypt, making sure any dependents who need a visa can apply for one and that appropriate checks are carried out in a timely manner. That is a statement from the government tonight on the situation of British nationals and their dependents in Egypt.